Diabetes is a metabolic disease that does not produce insulin or does not use insulin very effectively. Insulin being responsible to convert sugar into energy that is required for the organs and tissues. Diabetes is either caused by hereditary or due to lifestyle disorders. Diabetes is also considered as a stress-related disease. If you inculcate yoga in your daily routine, then that will really, all the yogic asanas really help in controlling your blood sugar levels and really help in improving your chronic condition, that is diabetes. So the first practice that we'll go for is Vakrasana. You straighten your both the legs. You take your one leg. I'm taking my left leg. And if you're taking your left leg, you have to take your right hand and take it on the other side. You catch hold of your left toe. Keep the other hand behind, more closer to your back. You look behind. Eyes closed, just be there, maintain, and you just feel the twist. Keep breathing in and out. You need to focus on the twist and concentrate on the breathing. You very slowly then open your eyes and you do the same on the other side. It's important that you keep the hand that is behind more closer to your back and keep your back straight. Don't tilt your hand behind, keep it straight. So Vakrasana helps in improving the functioning of the organs situated on your sides, your stomach, spleen on your left side, your liver, pancreas on your right. At the same time, it helps in toning up your waist muscle. Also, there is a good twist that is happening that also expand your chest, which also help in improving your lung capacity. So the next practice that we'll go for is Janu Shirasana. For that, you fold your one leg. I'm folding my right leg. I place it beside my left thigh. I tuck in my pelvic region. That is very important to do in any forward bending postures to avoid any back injury. So I tuck in my pelvic region, keeping my back straight. I just bend forward, catch hold of my feet or my toes and then go down, be there, maintain. Maintain there as per your capacity. Till then, keep breathing in and out. Till then, finally, you come up. You can do this with the other leg as well. You tuck in your pelvic region. Do not forget that. Keeping your back straight. You bend forward and you be there, maintain. Slowly, gradually come up. And then you release. So basically, Janu Shirasana greatly help in improving your digestion, improving all the reproductive system related issues. At the same time, it help in toning up your abdomen, also help in improving the flexibility of your legs as well as your back. So next, the practice that we'll do is a pranayama. It is Anulom Vilom Pranayama. It is also known as Nadi Shuddhi Pranayama. For that, you need to sit in Padmasana. You take your right leg, place it on the left thigh, left leg on the right. You either go for Anguli Mudra. You bend your index finger and your middle finger. You keep your index finger and your small finger up. Do the movement with your thumb and your these two fingers. You close your right nostril and you very slowly inhale from your left. You close your left, very slowly exhale it out from your right. Again, you inhale from your right, close your right, very slowly exhale it out from your left. This is one round of Anulom Vilom Pranayama. You have to go for more such rounds of it, and you can go for as many rounds as you can. Your inhalation is very slow and your exhalation is double than your inhalation. So your exhalation is all the more slow. Breathing is very normal. There is no forceful breathing. You just have to breathe with a proper technique. Anulom Vilom Pranayama help in balancing your sympathetic and your parasympathetic nervous system. So it greatly help in reducing your stress and greatly help in improving in all the stress related diseases, that is diabetes, hypertension. At the same time, it really help in depression, anxiety and all the psychological disorders. To a great extent, this pranayama help in balancing your hormones. So it also help in PCOS and all such problems. So the next asana is Matsyendrasana. For that, you take your right leg, you place it down. You take your left leg, you take it on the other side. Now this is my left leg. Just like Vakrasana, you take your opposite hand. I take my right hand and catch hold of my palms and look behind. My back is straight, chin raised up a little bit, eyes closed, be there and maintain. Keeping your breathing normal, you just keep counting your breaths. Very slowly open your eyes. Release your legs and relax. Now you do the same on the other side. I'll show you the front view. You take your left leg now. Take your right leg on the other side. Now since it's my right leg, I take my left hand and catch hold of my palms. I look behind, back straight, be there and maintain. Open your eyes, you release and relax. So basically, Matsyendrasana is the advanced version of Vakrasana. So Vakrasana as well as Matsyendrasana have the similar benefits of the asanas. So the next practice we'll go for is Halasana. For that, you turn to one side and you lie down on your back. Now you have to take your both the legs together, hands by the side of your body and palms facing the floor. Very slowly, gradually, you raise your legs up, take it behind and relax your toes. Just be there, maintain. You very slowly, gradually release your legs and then relax. You spread your hands, spread your legs and completely relax. So basically this asana help in improving the flexibility of your back. It's a complete backward bend. At the same time really help in improving your reproductive system related issues, really help in improving your digestion, really calms your mind. It is also said to be very beneficial to reduce blood pressure as well as sugar level in your body. So the next practice we'll go for is Shalbhasan. For that you need to turn to one side and lie down on your abdomen. You need to spread your legs, hands and relax there. And then you take your both the legs together. You place your palm below your thigh region, chin on the floor, and you raise your legs up. Keeping it straight, you maintain there as per your capacity or at least for 10 to 12 breathing cycles. So Shalbhasan help in strengthening your hip muscles, help in improving your digestion. Also, it is a practice that is recommended to people having sciatica, and it is a recommended practice for the people who are suffering from diabetes. So next we'll go for Bhujangasana. For that you place your palms exactly beside your chest. You take your legs together, chin on the floor, and then very slowly, gradually you raise your chest up, chin up, eyes closed, be there, maintain. Very slowly release and relax. This is Sulabha Bhujangasana. Now Sulabha Bhujangasana also has a similar benefit. It helps in again improving your digestion and at the same time help in strengthening your lower back, help in improving your lung capacity because the chest is being expanded here, and also this is a practice recommended to reduce the sugar level in your body. So guys, I hope you have liked my YouTube video. If you've liked, please like, comment, share and subscribe my YouTube channel. You can also follow me on Facebook, Instagram and Twitter. The links have been mentioned below. Thank you.